Hi, BookTube friends. Let me first start off by saying how exciting it is to open a video with Hi, BookTube friends. I started this channel for my students as sort of a challenge to push themselves out of their comfort zones during COVID. And along the way, I've made so many fantastic friends. And especially this week, I'm feeling particularly inspired because a really great YouTuber named Bill Ruttenberg, he did a shout out and he also responded to a tag. And because of that, I've made so many wonderful BookTube friends. And I've been just watching so many BookTube videos and learning so much about these really great booktubers that are out there. And it's just wonderful. And in my BookTube newbie tag, I sort of paid homage to my mom because she had a large role in teaching me how to read. And she used to tell me when I was really young, as long as you have a book, you have a friend. And that's sort of become my mantra. And during COVID, I made a poster that says that, and I put it in my little workspace during COVID to remind me that I'm not alone during this challenging pandemic. So anyway, that's a long intro, but I wanted to say thank you to Bill Ruttenberg and to the many wonderful YouTubers that I've met, especially this week. And there's one, her name is Gina, and I've been just binging on her videos, and I don't know, I'm so sorry if I say it wrong, but I think it's Gina Stanyer Books, Gina Stanyer Books, or Stanyer Books. I think it's Stanyer Books. Or maybe Stanyer Books. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. But I love her videos. And I was watching one of her videos, and it was on old time books, like very loved old books. And I was thinking as I was watching her video, gosh, I have a bunch of them, in storage that I haven't visited in so long. And so she inspired me to dig them out, and I want to share them with you. And I might even do a little series on them because there's just so much to cover. I don't know if I'll be able to cover it all in this video. I definitely want to start with these two. When you think of Maurice Sendak, you probably think Where the Wild Things Are. But if you're my age, you may think, what do you say, dear? What do you do, dear? These little etiquette books that I had when I was little. And this one is just precious, I think, to any booktuber. It says, you are in the library reading a book when suddenly you are lassoed by Bad-Nosed Bill. I've got you, he says. And I'm taking you to my ranch pronto. Now get moving. What do you do, dear? Well, of course, you walk through the library quietly because we have to have respect for the library. Yeah, what do you do, dear? And then the other one is, what do you say, dear? And that's, a different etiquette book, also by Sesyle Joslin, with pictures by Maurice Sendak. A book of manners for all occasions. Now, this one also 1973 or 1963. I'm sorry. The copyright, I believe, is 1963, and so I remember these. I remember my mother reading these to me. My mother was a stickler for etiquette, actually, though. I remember her reading to me later from Emily Post's Book of Etiquette. So, I know about the various fork rules and all that at the dining table. It's just something that my mother raised me to know. But these books are just adorable. So I wanted to share those first. I might do a separate video on them. Okay, and then, I don't think I'm going to have time to get through all of these, so I'm just going to focus on early childhood. Shel Silverstein, we probably all know this one. I might even have students that know this one, Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein, but I remember this book. I remember, struggling to learn how to read and needing to be read too, because, I had serious dyslexia as a child, and I I love this book so very much that I still, as a grown woman, I mean, I just found this. I had dug it out of storage, but I still remember by heart Captain Hook. Captain Hook must watch out and never scratch his toes. Captain Hook must be gentle and never pick his nose. When playing tag or pouring tea or turning pages from a book, lots of folks I'm glad I ain't, but mostly Captain Hook. I'm sure that there's other stuff in there, but I'm telling you, it's been over 40 years since I've read that poem, and I still remember. Oh, I remember this so fondly. Now there was a white paper jacket. There's his signature, but there's a white paper jacket that went over it that's been destroyed because, and you could sort of see bleach stains or water stains or whatever. These were much loved books. These were not, kept on a shelf to be revered. This was the 70s. I was born in the 70s and I was the youngest of five. So these books are from the 60s. And there were five of us, and we carried them around, passed them around, went from, generation, or I guess not generation, although my older brother is a good 10 years older than me, maybe 20 even. Let's see. He might be closer to 20 years older than me. So I don't know. I don't know if that counts as a generation. Probably not. I read books. I don't know facts. Let's see. The Velveteen Rabbit. This one I remember from a little girl. And this one also has the beautiful cover, inside. And I could not find the copyright on this one, and I'm not sure why. It does say, though, TVR up to 8, GRK through 3. And I'm wondering if that's the reading level. I'm thinking that perhaps they put right inside the book the intended age or reading level. And the price was $3.95, and it was a hardback book, beautifully written, and some lovely illustrations. And the paper feels different. The paper is thicker. And I guess illustrations were a thing, because it has list of illustrations. So, I guess before digital age, graphic design, when, we had illustrators in books, we still do, but summer days. So I have quite a few. When we were very young, Winnie the Pooh. Look at this. I wouldn't be surprised if I chewed on it. I'm not sure. I don't remember why this looks like this, but I was definitely a thumbsucker, so I probably was chewing, and I may have chewed on my hair. I probably chewed on the book. And also the beautiful, I don't know if you can tell down here, but it's red with the illustrations. This was a very much an impromptu, my family's probably waiting on dinner actually, but I was just watching all these YouTube videos and getting to know my YouTube friends and getting excited, and I thought, you know what, I can contribute this. They probably would be interested in this. So wanted to share. I have quite a few from that series. Let's see. The House at Pooh Corner. This one has a green illustration inside. The copyright, again, 1961. So it seemed like my family, my parents, bought a lot of books in between 1960 and 1965. And I came along closer to the 70s, so I'm not going to tell you exactly when. But like I say, I was the youngest of five, so these were probably bought for my older siblings. Now we are 6, so this one's also got the red paper inside. 1961. Oh, it says Now We Are Six, copyright 1927, but then copyright renewal 1955, and then reprinted in September of 1961 in this completely new format designed by Warren Chappell, I would think. Maybe Chappell. I think it's Chappell. But oh, and look at the cute little black and white designs throughout the book. And look at the page numbers up here. I could do like a story time and read these. Now this one, I have several copies of this. This was a very favorite, much loved favorite book of my parents, especially my father loved to read The Giving Tree. So you guys probably know the green one, the brighter green. It was probably a little bit larger. This one, again with the signature. You know, somewhere I might have the complete works of Shakespeare, all the different Shakespeare books, and they were blue and they looked like this. That also belonged to my parents. Now this, oh, I don't know if I'll be able to get it. Oh, here we go. Oh, look at the pretty gold. It's fabric green with the gold. This one was read to me over and over and over as a little girl, and not this copy though. The more modern looking copy was read to me. This one was probably set aside because it was so loved by my parents in particular. They probably set this aside for me and you know, read the less, can I say less valuable? It's not less valuable, but The Giving Tree, it's copyright 1964, again 1992, by Evil Eye Music Incorporated, printed in China, all rights reserved, 35th anniversary case-bound edition. So, and it has the same illustrations in the story. Maybe I will pay tribute to my dad and do a video where I just read this book, because he loved this book, and he loved the game cribbage, which I never could catch on to because as a dyslexic, counting by sevens, to this day I probably can't do it. But those were two things I remember about my father, was that he would read me The Giving Tree, and he tried and tried and tried and failed at teaching me how to play cribbage. All right, how long is this video? It's almost 15 minutes. I might stop and do a part 2. But before I do, dun dun dun, drum roll please. A Child's Garden of Verses, Robert Louis Stevenson. And it's, I think it's the sunlight that has caused this discoloring, because like I say, these books are older than me. This one has just yellow paper inside. And the illustrations are so pretty. This is the complete edition with biographical sketch of the author and an index of first lines. And it's divided into A Child's Garden of Verses, The Child Alone, Garden Days, Envoys, and then a list of illustrations again. And I was going to read you the one about the shadow, because that's the one I remember, the poem about the shadow. But maybe I'll save that for another video too, because I don't want this to get too long. But yeah, my shadow and the illustration. Oh, the illustrations are just, they take me back in time. The hayloft, look at that. Okay, I will tell you one more that I have. I won't share the book at length, but Grimm's Fairytales. The Grimm's Fairytales hardback book. Can't even read the what it says in the small print and these inside design. And there's a picture there. By Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm, illustrated by Leonard Weisgard. Junior Deluxe Edition, Garden City, New York. And again, I'm not seeing copyright in the places that I would normally expect to see copyright. So it must be maybe that we've changed the way that we put the copyright. I'm not sure. But, oh, and these have sort of like, I can't remember, like beveled pages. And they feel so old. And there is an illustration. So it's a wonder. I look at these things from my childhood, and it's a wonder when I think about the way we raise children now and the things that I was read and learned as a little girl. It's a wonder we turned out. You know, if you ever think about like nursery rhymes and songs that we sing to our children, or things that we heard as children, you know, I mean, rockabye baby and the cradle will fall. The wind's gonna blow and the cradle's gonna fall and down's gonna come baby, cradle and all. Like, who says that to a child? And yet we survived. Anyway, I am going on almost 20 minutes now, but I really want to say thank you, booktubers, for just your love and support as a new, I'm not new to the community, but I've been welcomed more recently to know booktubers. You know, I have a wonderful audience of students and friends, but it's so exciting to meet just, you know, book lovers from all over the place. You know, really, it's really cool. And I'm just so honored to be part of your community. So I wanted to thank you, and I wanted to share that little snapshot of my early reading childhood book experience with you. So thank you so much for listening and for inspiring this video. Bye-bye.